Welcome to News in English with Tutor Tom for Tuesday, the 12th of September 2023. So today, with so much negative news around the world, I wanted to focus instead on a positive news article. So today we're going to cover the following news article, which is Mark Dickey, US explorer freed from one of Turkey's deepest caves. So let's go through the article. A US citizen trapped in Turkey's third deepest cave for more than a week has been pulled to safety, rescuers say. More than 150 people were involved in efforts to save caver Mark Dickey after he developed stomach problems in the Morka cave on the 2nd of September. Organisers say it was one of the largest and most complicated underground rescues ever mounted. The lowest point of the Morka cave, in a remote part of the south, reaches nearly 1.3 kilometres below ground. Mr. Dickey was brought out of the cave at 00:37 local time, the Turkish Caving Federation announced on social media. Carl Heitmeyer of the New Jersey Initial Response Team, a group Mr. Dickey leads, confirmed for BBC News that the caver had been rescued, and he expressed his thanks to all those involved in the operation. Mr. Dickey said he thought he would not survive the ordeal after his condition worsened. The only feeling that I think I have is the curve of will I live? It literally went through my head. I was like, this is a bell curve. Like, seriously, I'm insane that way, he told reporters. It's like, this isn't that serious. I'm not going to die. This is, okay, like I've got some blood going on here, but it's bacterial. It's an infection, whatever. Then I started throwing up blood, and blood is coming out in more quantity that you're going to live with if it keeps happening. I kept throwing up blood. Then my consciousness started to get harder to hold on to, and I reached a point where I said, I'm not going to live, he added. Mr. Dickey's parents, Debbie and Andy Dickey, said the international caving community had made it possible for Mark to leave Morka Cave and receive further medical treatment at a hospital facility. They said their son's rescue was indescribably relieving and filled them with incredible joy. Mark is strong and we believe in his strength, but fully knew that he was in dire need of tremendous and immediate support, they said. Our prayers have been and are being answered, and it is hard to express the magnitude of thanks we have for the international caving community. Mr. Dickey had been co-leading a team to map a new passage in the cave when he began to suffer from gastrointestinal bleeding. His condition improved after he was given a blood transfusion. He was then strapped to a stretcher and was slowly carried out. This involved navigating through tight rock tunnels, and explosives had to be used at the narrowest points, according to CBS, the BBC's US partner. A number of rescue workers from several other countries, including Croatia and Hungary, flew to Turkey to assist in the rescue. Mr. Dickey's fiancée, Jessica Van Ord, also helped. She had remained in the cave with him while he was unwell, but later climbed out. On Thursday evening, in a video message from inside the cave, Mr. Dickey thanked the people attempting to rescue him. I do know that the quick response of the Turkish government to get the medical supplies that I need, in my opinion, saved my life, he said. I was very close to the edge. Rescuers said helping to save Mr. Dickey had been a very honourable experience. We are cavers before everything, Ibrahim Olku, a caver from Istanbul, said. A caver does not have a rescuer other than another caver. We saw that a little. To work in the rescue operation for another caver was very honourable, pleasing. I am experiencing this happiness. Sofia Zador, a Hungarian anaesthetologist, that's quite a hard word to say, anaesthetologist, said it was her first big rescue for me as a doctor. This is quite a difficult cave because there are some narrow passages and the shafts are quite muddy, so it is not the easiest cave to traverse, she added. Mr. Dickey, who hails from New Jersey, is said to be a hardened caver with over 20 years' experience. He has been an instructor with the U.S. National Cave Rescue Commission for 10 years, teaching a variety of cave rescue classes. He is also listed as the body's International Exchange Program Coordinator on its website. He had been co-leading the expedition to the Morka Cave since the end of August, according to the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service, who have also been assisting with the operation. So a really nice end to a story that could have been much more tragic. So it's great news that Mark Dickey was rescued from inside the cave, and it took a lot of help and a lot of assistance to get him out, but we do have a successful outcome, and now Mark Dickey is in hospital getting some treatment. I'm sure it won't be long before he's out caving once again. So let's go into some of the words that I like from this particular article. So the first one is ordeal. Ordeal, which means a very unpleasant and prolonged experience. For example, the ordeal of having to give evidence, or the ordeal of having to study for an exam. The next word is consciousness. Consciousness. The state of being aware of and responsive to one's surroundings. For example, she failed to regain consciousness and died 2 days later. Consciousness. Another word I really, really like. It's a beautiful word. Indescribably. Indescribably. That means it is impossible to describe. In a way that is impossible to describe, especially because of being extremely good or bad. That's the word indescribably. Tremendous. Tremendous, a word often used in England by people. And what does it mean? It means very great in amount, scale, or intensity. Penny put in a tremendous amount of time. It can also mean inspiring awe or dread. That was a tremendous performance by that tennis player. Or that earthquake was tremendous. It can also mean inspiring awe or dread, excitement or dread. And then finally we have the word honourable. Honourable, which means bringing or deserving honour. And honour relates to being honest, moral, ethical, principled, righteous, morally correct. So bringing or deserving honour is honourable. So some really beautiful words there to again add to your vocabulary. But I hope you enjoyed today's news article. Always nice to bring you an article which has a positive ending. So until the next one, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.